What's going on, guys? I'm Tyler, and today I wanted to give you guys some VIPER lineups for Icebox. Leave a like on the video and subscribe for more Valorant content, and I also stream on Twitch, so go and check that out. Link for that is in the description down below. Thanks for watching, guys. So for A on defense, the biggest thing here is just this one smoke. You can line up right here in this corner before the round starts and line it up before the round starts too. Then once the wall goes down, you want to line up from this corner and go straight up until you're about 3/4 of the way up this part right here. Just a regular throw there, and that'll get stuck right there. And then once the round starts, you'll be able to block this pretty well and up here for the most part, and also you'll be able to see the cross too, so that's a good spot to hold there. You get a bit of an advantage here. It's kind of a one-way depending on the angle you're looking at, so that's like one of the better smokes for A. And as far as walls go, you kind of just have to be creative with that. These you don't really need to line up for, but you can like block off heaven over there if you want, or just any other part that you really pick, or you can save it for a retake for B. That's what I usually like to do, but it varies. So for offense on A, you can line this one up pre-round before the barrier goes down. You can line up in this corner right here. And this one is pretty tough because depending on when you jump and when you throw, it's hard to hit this. But basically, you're going to aim between these two arrows and right on this like yellowish line here. Right here. And then you're going to jump and throw. And if you hit this one right, it should land over here on this box. It's either going to land directly on the box like I did right there. It might bounce off and land on the box too. There's a whole bunch of different spots it could land, but you could also bounce it too high and it'll bounce down here, or it could go too short and bounce here and down there. So like that's like not really the most ideal situation, but it will still work for different spots though. So this, when you're pushing up, it'll block a part of heaven, so it'll be a little bit weird for opponents to kind of hold that angle, and then you only really have to worry about less of an area there. It'll also cover this cross here. And then at the right angle, if you hit the right spot, you will be able to see all the way back to the wall. This time I can't, but sometimes you will be able to get that angle there too. So just be careful of that. Make sure you know that you can see through there, and sometimes you will be able to even play that to your advantage. And then also for post-plant or pre-plant, really, this will cover the default plant spot. So whoever's planting will have the cover. And then also when people are trying to defuse, they'll be getting that the decay from this as well. And then for post-plant, you can get up to this box here. And this one's really easy to remember. Just go into this box at this corner here. And then basically anywhere around these two corners here, you can just line that up. And then with your snake bite, just bounce it off of that wall. That'll land and cover completely that default plant site. And then add in this decay, and you'll be able to really just take anybody out. Just delay that as long as possible. And also from this spot where you lined it up, you can also play that bomb area too. So if the bomb is planted here, you can like play with this really easily. Just as like a further line of defense to delay that bomb diffuse. And as for walls for offense, I'm not really going to give any lineups for this just because you don't really need them. You can see exactly where this goes and just kind of pick what you want to cut off. If you want to cut off the right side, if you want to cut off the left side, whatever you want to do, you can put these from anywhere. The VIPER buffs to the walls a while ago made her super easy to put walls wherever you want. Okay, so for defense on B, again, you can use your wall however you want. I prefer to use my wall here. You can get it to cover the tube too. If you just like line it up like earlier, so you run this height, and then once you're here, throw that one across. It's even if your back is against the wall, you're not going to cover everything over here. So like you can go back as far as you want, but there's still going to be a small gap. But when this is up,
kill them. Toxins going up.
You'll block a huge part of this, especially for like the post plant. You can kind of use that to help the defuse. Right here too, this will be blocked. The tube will be blocked too. They're not going to be able to see through that. And then part of mid too. You can either completely cover mid, or if you're not, if your back is all the way against the wall there's going to be a little bit of a gap on mid. So you can either give yourself more area here covered and less on mid, or you can completely cover mid and have this gap here. So, and then for smokes, you need to line up this in this corner right here. You can do this before the round starts, and you're going to be aiming right underneath this part of that joint right there. And then you just need a regular throw for this. And it'll get stuck right there. And this one's really good because you can play all the way back here, and you kind of have a one-way for this corner right here and for this one here too. You'll be able to see them walking through. So if they push, you'll have the jump on them. It's not going to hold all the way through. Obviously, the smoke doesn't reach that far, but that's good for there. And also, again, for post plant, if they get bombed down and they're all hiding back here, you can just pop this smoke. And you'll have either free shots on them, or they won't be able to see you diffusing. So that's a pretty good one there. And again, you have the wall too to help for post plant. And also one last thing that I found, if you're like holding back here, holding that one way, and you get pushed back, you can pop your wall, pop whatever smokes you have. And if you get here, and then you're going to be looking basically on this spot right here, it goes from like a black to like a lighter white. you're basically going to want to be above that lighter white spot. And then if you look down here where my HUD is, you're going to be going from this yellow part where my crosshair is all the way until that dot there is touching the corner.
Poison orb emitting.
And then...
Poison's off.
And then you're going to take your snake bite. You can jump, and at the top of your jump, you need to throw this. Otherwise, it'll hit... Yeah, it'll hit that. You need to, like, line this one up properly. If you get the timing wrong, you'll miss. But if you get it right, it'll land right there on that default plant spot. So another spot for you to try and hit. You can practice that one a bit more so you don't mess it up. I still need to practice it more, too. You're going to want to be in the middle of this yellow part. Just make sure you don't do it too early or do it too late. You really have to be like right at the right timing, because you can see I got it wrong there. But I also did pretty much the same thing and I got it right. So that's a tough one, but if you can learn that one, it's really useful to stop the plant from going down. So for offense with VIPER, you're going to have to... There's nothing that you can do pre-round because it's too far away, anything on site really. So you're going to have to clear this angle and then have this one kind of secured too. And then from there, if you look around this black dot and then kind of like straight up a little bit to the right and jump and throw your smoke, that should clear everything and land right about online with this. And then when you hit this one, this will be completely blocked, this will be completely blocked, and if you hit it right, this backside will be blocked too. So you really only have to worry about over here and here, and you can cover that with a wall if you wanted to, depending on what you want to do with your wall. So you can pretty much have the site fully smoked there, and you can fully smoke it later too for defending the plant. And then for post-plant, if you have your teammates plant anywhere in the default area, you can go back to the exact same spot. You're going to be on this side of the beams, not this side. You're going to be on this side for every lineup that I have. And then I use this star as a reference. And then what you're going to end up looking at is right down here in this corner of this crate opening here. You're going to put the line for your smoke fuel right above the E. It's going to go right there. Okay, on stream, I kind of messed up this lineup. This lineup still works, but I'm going to put a screenshot of another one right now. It's pretty much the same spot, just a little bit different. This one's going to give you a bit better coverage on that same spot. And then this is going to use your snake bites. And this will land perfectly to cover the default spot. Even if they're over here and diffusing, they're going to be hit by that. And then you can also play it really easily. Once your snake bites are in the air, you can play off that diffuse too and just delay it as long as you can.